What's up, everybody? This video is going to be dedicated to those who are just getting started in the area of shepherd slinging. I want to show you a simple exercise you can do indoors or outdoors to sharpen your skills. Stay tuned. My friend, welcome to 411 Outdoors. My name is Daniel Irvin, and if you find content like this helpful or resourceful, I'd be pumped if you'd subscribe to the channel and click the bell so that you can get your notifications. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's get started. Using a shepherd sling is very rewarding. When you connect with your target, it's probably the most rewarding of all, because I find it to be probably the hardest weapon I use to be able to operate consistently with. It has taken so much more work to develop consistency with the shepherd sling, and I'm still nowhere near where I want to be. This past summer especially, I got out here and went to work and really put in some time. And I will be straightforward with you. It was very laborious because it was hard to keep my ammo supply up. It was difficult to find the right stones. And it was just tough. It was hard to be able to get out and practice, because if you don't have tools to work with, it's hard to practice as much as you want to. You know, if I could snap my fingers and have an infinity pile of river stones, that would be wonderful. But the truth is, it just doesn't work that way. And even when you go out and buy a bag of them, you can actually go to a hardware store, Lowe's or Home Depot, buy a big bag of pond stones, but you're going to go through them just like that when you're practicing. And then you find yourself at the end of the work and you're like, man, I've got more to do. I've still got so much more improving. And I think that can be one of the big deterrents with people getting good with a shepherd sling. Here's the good news. You do not have to constantly throw these heavy, dangerous stones when you practice, because when you're first getting into it, one of the most important things to learn is just how to start sending that object in the proper direction. You'll find out pretty soon that if you're throwing it in the proper direction, you can hit bigger targets on a regular basis. For me, I just used a big board for a long time. And then, you know, I started gradually moving down to what I'm going to be throwing at today is this little bucket, just a little bit bigger than a human head. You know, and I want to show you a trick today, something you can do indoors or outdoors. You can't do long distance training like this, but you can at least train yourself to throw in the proper direction. And I've got a little plastic golf ball in my hand. It's just a little practice golf ball, probably for some putting, indoor putting or whatnot. I guess that's what this is. Some people use racket balls. I know that my particular shepherd sling the pouch is a little too small to use a racket ball, but a racket ball is something that you can use as well if your pouch is big enough to absorb that. I want to take a few throws at this bucket with the shepherd sling using this light ball, just to show you that you can indeed develop your skill set to throw it in the right direction. That was close. Close only works in horseshoes and hand grenades though, right? I'll take that. There we go. Duck! Duck! They're shooting at us! Whew. I was worried there for a minute. County life. Shepherd slinging is largely instinctive. It's just something you get better at the more you do. Now, you don't have to throw at something that small. Let's keep it real. Back in ancient battles, people weren't always throwing at something that small. They were throwing at something this size. It was used in battle. It was also used by shepherds. David dropped Goliath with it. I bet that dome was about that fat. I bet that joker had a cannonball head. And David sunk that rock in his forehead. So you can throw at small targets and it will make you more skilled, but you don't have to throw at something that small. You'll hit your target more and more if you're throwing at something the size of the width of this. I just don't think there's any perfect aiming method. I just think the one thing we can do that is so important is to make sure that we're going beyond just kind of looking at what we're throwing at, to seeing it, focusing on it, setting our gaze on it, our absolute focus with all the right faculties in place, and just at the right time, send it and just keep sending it and just keep practicing. I know you'll get better. Wow. So that last throw that I did was with an actual rock, and it went through my bucket. That's pretty cool. I had to throw at least one rock for the video, but this video is all about practicing with lighter ammo. So you see the point of this exercise is it's low key, it's peaceful, it's not messy, it's safe. You're not throwing away your ammo. You just got some light plastic little golf balls out here that you're throwing 20, 25 feet to get you trained to throw in the right direction. You'll have your shots where you're missing, but you want to consistently get where you're throwing in the direction that you want to throw. That's the main thing. I wanted to introduce this exercise to you. I know how hard it can be to constantly be collecting stones, and one of the things we have to watch out for is that we don't lose motivation in the thing that we're doing. If we start running into the same roadblock and it becomes a headache, you'll lose motivation. And this is too good a skill to have to lose motivation, because when you start cracking your target, it's very rewarding. I've hit, buckets this size from 30, 40 feet away with a smooth stone, and it just knocks it out of the park. It just feels so good. So I wanted to encourage you to get out and practice. Get some little plastic golf balls, racket balls, depending upon the size of your pouch, and just get out there and practice. As far as throwing, you may be asking, Daniel, how do you use the shepherd sling? I've covered this in other videos, but I'll cover it again right here. I put the loop around my middle finger like this, and I hold the knot with my index finger, and I put the ammo in the pouch like this. I hold it straight, and then I helicopter, and I let go. I don't let go when it's out here, because it'll throw the rock that way. You see what I'm saying? If you let it go too late, it'll throw the rock that way. What you want to do is let go right here, okay? Because when you let go, by the time this thing's coming around behind your head, if you let go then, by the time it comes around, the rock is flying straight. So I hope you find that tip useful. Get out there and sling. It's a lot of fun. If you have any questions, any things you want to add, leave it in the comment section. That'll be cool. Take care.